Happy Sunday, my daily subscribers. I'm wearing my little asymmetrical dress I got for $1. Fantastical. I love it. So this is for Monday, the 13th. I'm terrible with days. I apologize. I don't go by a calendar. I'm going to have to start, but I don't. So let's burn some sage. Let's get some cleansing. Behold my burning piece of stuff. Sage. Herb. Before we get started, a few little things that stuck out in my mind. Always be humble. Always have humility in your heart. Admit to your failings and your mistakes. The sooner the better, actually. Like yesterday, I was walking along, wearing my fantastical high heels that I love to wear because they give me power and strength. Thank you, grandmother. She gave me my first pair of fancy shoes, and I haven't looked back since. I'm even wearing spiky, awesome shoes right now. I don't normally wear shoes, but it's Sunday, and I'm off to do things. Yes, so be humble. Okay, so I was walking, and I kind of, I'm normally actually pretty good in heels because I've practiced quite a bit, and my feet are used to being on the toe or on point. I stumbled a little bit. There was a little unevenness in the place I was walking, and people saw me, and it's not like I'm gonna be like, oh, nothing happened, but I was just like, yep, I didn't though. I didn't fall. And you just, you have a sense of humor about it because shit happens. And then respect is earned, not given. And that's all I'm going to say about that. You can't expect somebody just to, just respect you and your boundaries and everything that you are just by being around or not making an effort. You have to put in effort to get respected. You have to show that you are a respectable person to be respected. At least that's the way I go about it. Hopefully you do too. People always mistake the niceness or the pleasantness or the politeness for acceptance and immediate bulldozing of boundaries, but I'm not that easy. Met some pretty cool people last night. Doing some artwork, selling it on the boardwalk. Live around here. I'm super excited. Gonna get together, be all creative and shit. In order to cope with the separation from a loved one, we need to realize that spiritually we will always be connected to those we love. Neither distance nor time can separate that which is united by love. I always think about my grandmother when this one comes up. I don't know if I properly grieved her passing, but I knew it was time, and I knew it was better for her not to be in her physical body, but it was always really sad because she was like my favorite person, and I loved cuddling in bed with her and the dogs and watching cartoons, and this is good memories for me, and it's like yes, they're not physically there, but she's with me. She's with my shoes, you know? I will always wear fancy shoes in honor of my grandmother, no matter how much it hurts my feet. I've just gotten past that whole pain part. Life is forever changing in accordance with nature's divine will. May we lovingly embrace life's changing seasons in the knowledge that all as it should be and love is all there is. A profound transformation is taking place in your life. Be yourself. You have much to offer the world by just being you. And I always am. Well, I had a brief hiatus of me, but that was just to heal the inside. You had to take a break from the outside to heal the inside. Now, the outside and the inside are more congruent and busting out. Woo! Uh, you have much to offer the world by just being you. Your love has the power to transform all things, including your relationship and your love life. Surround yourself with nature, and you will feel a greater sense of well-being. Nature's healing energy is sensual and magical. It will awaken the sensual magic within you. Too bad we don't have Mr. Quail friend here. That was so silly. He was like, "Roar!" I'm like, what? What do you want from me? We are eternally blessed by a profound love, by a sacred union with the great source of light, whose love moves earth and stars. Moving earth and stars, baby. So that's what the power of love and strength gives you. Ooh, I think we're gonna have an adequately short video. I'm gonna make time. What? I didn't babble on forever. You know you love it though. Sometimes I could just go on and on and on, and sometimes I just get exhausted just talking to people, and I'm just like, get away from me. Just can't handle you. Or people talk about the weirdest stuff, and you're just like, okay, that's interesting. I'm going to listen to you for a little bit, and now I'm exhausted and tired of hearing about it, and you just keep going on, and I just don't have the energy to change the subject, so I'm going to walk away or look away and kind of make an excuse to escape. It's not manipulation. It's not anything bad. It's just some people, they don't know when to stop. And it's hard to be like, wait. I'm done listening to what you have to say because it's profoundly boring. You're not really supposed to say that. So you just kind of, I don't know, make an excuse and walk away. That's the polite thing to do, right? Or be weird and walk by somebody even though you know them. That's the epitome of rudeness. And why wouldn't you say hello if you know somebody, or at least wave, be like, hey, acknowledge their presence. I never understood that whole thing, oh, I'm not going to acknowledge your presence. I mean, I understand it now, but I'm like, I only do that to people who do it to me, because it's well, anywho's, so interesting. We have some interesting cards. See if we can get it in. We have the Page of Wands reversed. Here she is with her little tiger. I love it. I love that most of the Wands cards have tigers, at least the court cards. We have the Four of Wands upright, which is sweet. Queen of Pentacles reversed. And the Nine of Swords reversed. So it seems like there is a creative person, or a very energetic, young, spirited person that's maybe a little bit confused, maybe a little bit not sure, but there's a decision that needs to be made, and it will lead to security, and a kind of a completion gateway to another direction. Because there's that Four of Wands, which is a great card, reversed or upright, either way. The Princess of Wands is it's just this person who's slightly distracted, kind of like trying to figure out where to put their energy and make the best of their use. There's definitely a decision that needs to be made, but if you feel like you're not quite certain of what you're trying to do or where you're trying to go, it's going to be hard to make that decision. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. We had that for today, and that is a card about also someone who could be somewhat not sure of the finances a little bit. There's a little instability in the finances, but mostly just focusing on the the positive home life, that the security that you already have. And so maybe there's some instability, but if you're focusing on what you have, it'll bring more abundance to you. Because if you're focusing on the lack, then you're going to get more of lack. And so I think that there's in the Nine of Swords reversed, I like to read this as you are breaking through that barrier of fears and being kept up, and there is some fear, obviously there's some anxieties, but you're able to break through it if you focus on the abundance instead of the lack. And then we have the Lover's card in reverse and the Two of Swords upright as our punctuation mark. And the star. I love getting called to pull another. So things are happening. They're bright. We got communication, converse, and then we have the Lover's card, which can talk about finding a very good fit in a sense of a situation or a job. In the reverse, it just is a little just slightly reduced in a sense where maybe there's just a little confusion. You don't quite know, you haven't quite gotten there in your mental processes yet, this is totally the perfect place for me, but you're kind of got the inkling. You're yes, okay, I'm seeing a lot of things that I really, really like and I really, really enjoy, and I just have to figure out, am I going to commit to this? Is this something that I really want? And I feel like when you focus on the little details of life, of what you have already, and being happy about what you already have in your life. Sorry, I'm in the middle of my coffee. I don't know why I left it inside. With the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, it doesn't mean that you are total lack. I mean, that would be more the Five of Pentacles card upright, and that's upright or reverse, it's not the greatest card. You feel like there's lack. But the Queen of Pentacles, she's just kind of she needs to focus more on what is and instead of what isn't. So maybe you don't have the money quite yet. Maybe it's not there, but that there, or the security or safety is coming, it's available to you. You just have to say, okay, this is the choice I'm going to make. The Lover's card is also about choices. So I feel like there's a choice that needs to be made. The Princess of Wands is kind of hesitant to make it because maybe there's some blocks of being fearful, and it's important to just know that this is something really stable and really, really great for you, and making that choice to accept it and work hard towards it is going to be really a great thing. And it seems so simple for us to do that, but there's little constructs in our mind that say no, I don't know about that, or we hesitate, and it's never good to hesitate, and it's never good to wait, because if you try and wait for something, you never know if it's going to be there. At the end, you have a certain period of time that you have, maybe a grace period to think, but nothing's ever guaranteed. So making choices at the right time is very crucial, because then it could be gone. There's always different and new and better options coming up, because it's always changing its process. So figuring out if something's right for you in the right moment is the key. And there's no necessarily guarantee of success tomorrow or of abundance tomorrow. It's like you kind of have to take it when it's offered. Otherwise, it's gone and it's off the table. And then there's something else. All right. I think that's it. And enjoy the rest of your Sunday and happy Monday!